Hello and welcome back. So I hope all of you are doing pretty good. So today we are going to discuss about another interesting topic like the phases of program management. So you can say the phases of agile project management or agile program management, or it can be utilized in any form of program management. So my intention is to like put all the phases which as a program manager or project manager we are actually doing or sometime we are forgetting, but my intention is to put all these phases together so that it will be there for your quick or easy reference, right? So without any further delay, let us get started with the topic. So I'm trying to keep this presentation as short as possible so that you can utilize this for your quick reference. Okay. So let us get started. So we'll start with this famous Tuckman model. I am pretty sure, right? Most of the project manager are already aware about this model, but this is just, I mean, you can treat this as a refresher, right? So when we are starting with the programs or any project, right? So the way actually the flows go, that is represented in forms of Tuckman model, right? So if you can consider this as an imaginary like x-axis and y-axis. So this x-axis is talking about the team effectiveness, and y-axis is basically the team performance. Basically, it will be measured through the output. Now, when you are starting a project, right? The first phase will be the forming phase, right? When you are actually onboarding, if you refer one of my previous video, right, where I talked about how to start one agile project, there I talked about like sprint zero. So that sprint zero is basically this forming stage, right? There you like do the onboarding, right? You get the required resources. You basically try to form the team. You build up the excitement. Okay. Then the anticipation. I mean, since all the new members are collaborating together, there will be a lot of excitement, anticipation, and as well as the anxiety, right? What will happen? And we'll start with the positive note. So a lot of optimism will be there. So that is the forming stage. Now, the storming stage. This is the stage actually where rubber meets the road, right? And people start seeing the reality. There will be the communication gap because all the team members are coming from different backgrounds, right? So there will be communication gap. So there will be like a few adjustment will be required, and since there will be communication gaps, right, there will be a lot of frustrations, and since the entire team is new, there will be bound to happen the conflicts, right? So in this stage you will see a dip in the performance, in forms of like the excitement, everything. You will start seeing a dip, right? But this is the phase where we need to keep our nerves straight, right? And we need to be optimistic as a program manager, because this is the phase if you need to handle properly and you need to overcome, and there onwards your journey will start, right? So here it is the phase where you need to do a lot of retrospection, inspection, and adaptation, right? And there you'll after doing that you will get into this norming stage, right, where team will start understanding the shared goal. The team can only be successful if the goals are shared, right? And team bonding need to be built up, right? The conflicts need to be reduced as much as possible, right? Then there need to be some trade-offs happen, right? That some, if something need to be prioritized, then some other piece need to be deprioritized. So that level of understanding, that level of communication has to happen within the team, and there should be an acceptance actually among all the team members along with the other stakeholders. And these phase, from this norming phase, once you have actually established all these shared goal, team bonding, trade-offs, and acceptance, there onwards your performance graph will start increasing actually, and you will see at after this basically team will start slowly performing, right? And this performing stage is talking about the peak of the performance. So here the teamwork, cohesion, equilibrium, and value add, everything will come into picture, and team will be at the top of its performance. Okay. And that is the phase actually project is at their peak, and the velocity and the performance and the value delivery will be at its peak, right? And after that, once we are basically done with the majority of the deliverables, project is towards the end, right, or we are at the verge of the completion, there it will start the closer phase, right? And that is known as adjourning. There basically you need to start the separation. What next? Like you need to act on the closer activities. Along aside, you need to think about the next project, next assignment, next activity. And that this Tuckman model is actually talking about the about all the phases. Now we'll see how formally we defined basically in the project management or program management terminologies. So these are the program management phases in agile world or any other world. So there are 5 phases: envision phase, then speculation phase, then exploring phase, adapting phase, and closing phase. So you can actually correlate from the Tuckman model. In this envision phase is basically the discovery phase, right? Where we understand the requirements, right? When you do the initial assessment, right? We do the estimation and we do the contracting and budgeting, right? To get into the project. Then once we are having the project, right, then the speculation phase will start. This is nothing but the planning phase, right, where we will do the overall planning. We create the project charter, we define the milestone, and we kind of we are ready to start the ball rolling, like. So exploring phase, this phase is basically when rubber meets the road. This phase, team actually start delivering. They do the development, they do the testing, they give the demo, and subsequently they start implementing. Okay, so this is the exploration phase, right? Adapting phase. If you remember, or if you refer back the Tuckman model, so this adapting phase helps you to get into the performing stage. That means at the peak of your performance. There, in this stage, basically during exploration, after a regular interval, maybe after one sprint, maybe after two sprint, maybe monthly, maybe quarterly, based on your project demands, right? You can decide the retrospection, and you need to do the course correction. You need to see what are the change in priority, change in what, and accordingly you need to change the way of working, right? So that phase, if you actually can perform all these things, right, all this retrospection and adaptation, there your performance will definitely increase, right? And you will start delivering more values. But adaptation should be a continuous process, right? It's not that the after one retrospection you did some adaptation and like you are thinking that yes, I am at my best. No, it is a continuous process. It should be continuing throughout the project life cycle. Then the closer phase. Once you are done with the all the deliverables, all the stories, and you are in the verge of completion, so they are actually start your uh, uh, the closer line will start, right? And it's not only about you are delivering the things and your job is done. It's not, right? So you have to have a proper or formal closure of the project, right? You need to do the proper transitioning, proper handover to the BAU persons or whoever it is intended, right? And you need to create the proper closure artifacts so that those can be referred during the maintenance period of the project, or those can be referred by the users, right? And once you are done all with all those checklist items, right, basically that should be created, like project closer items that should be created as part of your project starter itself, right? And once you are done with all those checklist items that you are supposed to do as part of your project closer, then you are actually eligible to formally close the project, and you can close the project and you can get into the different project. So these are the project management phases. My intention was to just give you a reminder that these are the phases we need to keep in mind while we are executing, because knowingly or unknowingly we sometimes miss some of the phases, and there we see some of the deviations are started happening, right? So that's it pretty much as part of this presentation. I hope it was interesting. I hope the topic was interesting to you and it will be useful for your program management journey. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned.